Hi, in this video I'm going to be talking about what you need to get before getting a puppy. So this is Coco. She's 4 months old. I got Coco at 8 weeks, but before getting her I was already in conversations with a breeder at 4 weeks old. So I knew that in a month's time Coco will be coming to me. And mind you, this is my 5th dog. I have experience of having a Rottweiler, a Bull Mastiff, and 2 other breeds of dog in the past. So this is not my first dog, but this is the first time that I did a proper detailed research. And what I was looking for was, what do I need to get before getting my puppy? The first thing that I decided was, where in my house will I put my puppy crate? If you're inviting someone to live with you, a human being or a pet, you want to identify what room or what location within your house are they going to stay. So it's important to first decide, before even getting a crate, to decide where will you put the crate. And when you're making that decision, make sure that your crate is positioned in a place that is very close to the exit to your garden, where your puppy is going to be doing the pee and the poo, or to the front door. If you put your crate maybe in the middle floor, I live in a 3-story house, the middle floor, the top floor, then it becomes difficult for the puppy to come down the stairs and stuff like that. So the second thing that you need to look at before getting your puppy is a crate cover. I see online a lot of people complaining about their puppies crying over the night, not letting them sleep, and all this anxiety stuff. The main reason is because some of them don't have a crate cover. A crate cover is really good because it just helps your puppy sleep well at night. I'll give you an example. So I close this and I just put this down. That is how Coco sleeps at night. So the whole crate is covered and she feels secure in that crate. So she's not scared at night and she's able to sleep properly. The number 3 thing you need is a bed. And when you're getting a puppy bed, before getting your puppy, make sure you get a puppy bed with a removable, washable and reusable cover. What this means is, when your dog poos and pees on the bed, which will happen as a puppy, you need to be able to remove the cover and then wash it and then put it back on. So that way you don't have to waste money getting new bed all the time. When I got Coco, I got a first puppy bed, and that bed wasn't removable and reusable, and within 3 weeks she messed it up because she peed on it, she pooed on it, we tried to clean it, but it was just smelling. So make sure you also get orthopedic puppy bed, because Coco is a Bull Mastiff. She's a purebred Bull Mastiff and she's going to be heavy. So for her joints, I made sure that I got a really good bed. And again, back to the crate. When you're getting a crate, make sure you get the crate that will fit the dog when it's fully grown, not just a small crate, because Coco again is a big dog, so I got an extra large crate. When you have your puppy, if you're getting a small bed, because this is a tricky area, you can have a bed that is half the size of the crate, and then the food will be on this side. So you want to make sure that you feed your puppy in the crate. So for you to feed your puppy, I recommend getting 2 plates, one for water and one for food. So when you're getting a stainless steel plate, make sure your stainless steel plate has rubber underneath it. The reason why this is important is because when you're feeding your puppy, there's a tendency for the stainless steel plate to slide and the water will spill over, or the food, or they'll play with it. But with a rubber grip underneath it, it's firm and stays on the ground. That's one thing. Another thing you need to get is a ceramic plate. The reason is because the stainless steel might have coating on it that will peel off, and that might be dangerous for your dog. But when you get a ceramic plate, you're sure that it's a good one. Again, that's an option. And then because Coco is on a raw diet, I recommend getting a scale. The scale is important because you can measure the food of your puppy. So Coco at the moment is 16.5 kilograms. So I measure at least 8 to 10% of her body weight. That's what she eats every day. She eats 10% bone, 10% organ meat, and then 80% lean meat. That's what she has. So she eats chicken, she's on a raw diet, raw chicken, raw beef. Again, if you're feeding your dog kibble, you also want to make sure that you're giving your dog the best when it comes to balanced diet. So the number one thing that I recommend you get before getting your puppy is getting a calcium tablet. This calcium tablet will give your puppy the nutritional value that they need from a calcium perspective, so you're not worried if you don't feed your dog bone, for example, and you're not able to source bone. You can just give them this calcium tablets. This will go a long way. Another thing you need to feed your dog before you get your puppy is you want to make sure that you get salmon oil. A lot of the diets don't have omega H3 that is required for your dog, so you want to make sure that you get a salmon oil. I give Coco this once every morning, so I just put it in her food, sometimes directly into her mouth. So make sure you get salmon oil. You also want to get green lip mussel. So this is vitamin D. Again, most of the food that your dogs will be having will be lacking in nutrients. So you want to make sure you get all these supplements to balance up their diet. Again, if you're feeding kibble, you want to make sure that you're supplementing it with all this supplement. And if you're feeding raw as well, you want to make sure that you get this green lip mussel. I'm going to leave links in the description for all these supplements that I'm recommending. This is not a sponsored video, but this will help your puppy grow and develop healthy. Coco is tired, she's sleeping. So the next thing is this that I also give to her. It's a tablet, a multivitamin tablet. It has 10 of the vitamins that she needs. I give this to her every morning as well. So before getting your puppy, make sure you get this. This is like 180 tablets, so one per day, and that will last for quite a while. Then another thing you want to make sure you get before getting your puppy is coconut oil. Make sure you get the extra virgin coconut oil. So this will help with the coat, the color of your puppy's skin. It will help with the digestion as well. Make sure you get this as well. And your puppy, because when you get your puppy, they just recently have been on breast milk from their mother, so you want to make sure that you continue giving them milk. And the recommended milk for puppies is goat milk. So what I do with Coco is every morning she has goat milk, and before bed she has goat milk as well. Sometimes I mix the goat milk with water to kind of supplement. She doesn't like drinking water for whatever reason, so I kind of put half of water in a bowl and then half of goat milk. So this as well is another thing you need to get. It's kefir. You can get all this 1 week before you get your dog, or like a few days before you get your puppy. Kefir is very, very good for their digestion as well. You can just put a little bit into their food or into their bowl, and then that will go a long way. So another thing you need to get for your puppy is you need to get a leash. So there are two types of leash that you can get. You can get this leash that has the hook on it. You can get this leash that has the hook on it, and this just hooks to her collar. That is one. You can also, come on Coco, you can also get another leash. She doesn't like leash for some reason. You can also get another leash which is called the sleep leash. This sleep leash is something that kind of is very, very good when you're teaching your dog to heel train. So it's very, very good when you're teaching your dog to heel train. So you just put this slip around the neck and then you put it, and it has a handle where you can just put your hand in it, and so you can just have a grip on it. This is one that I'm using. I got this first and she chewed on it and it kind of spoiled, but this is the second one. So you also want to make sure that you don't let your dog chew on that. So you need to get a slip, and then you also need to get a collar. So the collar should have the dog tag. That dog tag is quite important for her to kind of, if she gets lost or anything, you can retrieve your dog easily. Then I also noticed online people complain after they get their puppy that their puppy chewed up the chair, chewed up their shoes and stuff like that. The reason your puppy chews stuff up is because you don't get them toys. So you want to make sure that you get toys. The toys are primarily for their teething, for them to bite on. So get as much toy as you can, and also be careful that you don't leave the toy with them in their crate overnight. Make sure you're there when they're chewing on their toy. Different toys, bones, different things for them to chew on. So these toys will help them with their mental stimulation. So Coco has chewed a lot of this already, and this is a tug toy to kind of teach her to bite on the stuff. So you can get as much toys as you need to kind of keep your puppy engaged. Then another thing you want to get is also the shampoo. So you want to, after like 3 months, you can bathe your dog yourself. You want to get a shampoo that would also help fight ticks and flea. Get a shampoo as well that you use for a couple of months. And then you also want to make sure you have a tick spray. This tick spray will help you if your dog probably gets tick from walking in the park or walking around or interacting with other dogs or anything. So you can use this spray. And also I got the vet to give Coco a flea medicine as well to kind of help control flea, so she doesn't have any flea. I saw it when she first arrived, like a few weeks after she arrived, and I quickly just used all this and it kind of made it disappear. Then back to the leash. You want to get a long leash. This leash is something that you can use when you take your puppy out, to give them that freedom to walk far away from you, and you also can retrieve them. We had snow a few weeks ago and Coco loved it, and I was able to put her on a long leash and still be able to control where she went and be able to give her that freedom to play with people, especially people that you're not able to get close to because of COVID. So you can just let your dog go to that distance. So another thing you want to get is also, you want to get a poo bag. A poo bag is what you'll be using to pick the poo when your dog poos on the floor or in the garden or anywhere. You need to get this. I got a biodegradable one, 270 bags. It's quite cheap. You can get them on Amazon. I'm going to leave links in the description for where you can get all these items. And when your dog poos on the floor, there's a tendency that even after you clean it, the smell will remain, and that would encourage them to pee or poo in that spot again. So for you to discourage them for continuing to poo and pee in the house, you need to make sure you get this odor remover. So you spray it on the surface after you've cleaned it. It will remove the odor and kind of reduce that temptation for them to pee and poo on that spot again. So another thing you want to get again for poo and pee, especially when they're puppies, is this pad. It's like an absorbent pad. You just put them on the floor, and when they pee and poo, they pee and poo on top of it, and it kind of absorbs the stain from it. So another thing you want to get also is a pouch. So this is a treat pouch. You just put it around your waist. You put your puppy treats or dog treats when you take them out into it. You can also put the poo bag as well in there. So this bag is really, really good for you to kind of measure what your dog does. And also you can get a nail clipper. So this will help with cutting their nails. So it's really, really important because their nails will grow long and they can scratch on things. Even when they're playing on you, if their nails is too long, when they mistakenly scratch on you, they could hurt you. So get the nail clipper, and then you also want to get a brush to kind of brush off when they're shedding. So this brush is quite important as well. And also you want to get a towel as well. Important for when you bathe them, you use their own towel. And this is a dog that drools a lot, so when Coco drinks, I kind of use the towel as well to clean mouth. So these are all the things that you need to get when you get your own puppy. This is a new channel, and I'm going to be releasing videos about raw feeding and kind of how to prepare a raw diet for a puppy. I'm going to be showing you how to also train your puppy with the command sit, stay, and all this important commands to kind of help you have a dog that is listening to you and that you can really control in a good way. So if you're new to the channel, consider subscribing and clicking on the bell notification so you can get updated videos in future. And all the links to this list of items that I've mentioned will be in the description. Click on it